Hey Taurus, I need to share something really important with you today. Because the energy coming through right now is absolutely crystal clear about who belongs in your life and who the universe is quietly removing from your circle. I just pulled cards for you and honestly, what came through gave me actual chills because it's so specific about the shifts happening in your relationships and connections right now. So I shuffled my deck with your energy in mind, and I have to tell you, the first card that came out practically jumped out of my hands. Let me share what I'm seeing for you. The first card here is the Queen of Cups and Taurus. This is fascinating because this card is showing me that you are in this incredibly emotionally mature, intuitive space right now. Like, you've been doing the inner work, you've been healing, you've been learning to trust your intuition about people. And now you're operating from this place of emotional wisdom that you honestly might not even fully recognizing yourself yet. The Queen of Cups doesn't mess around with surface-level connections anymore. She knows her worth. She knows what genuine love and friendship feels like. And she's not accepting anything less than authentic connection. What's really interesting about this card appearing first is that it's setting the tone for everything else. The universe is basically saying that you are the energetic standard right now. Your emotional frequency is shifted, and because of that shift, the people who can't match that frequency are naturally going to fall away. It's not even that you're pushing anyone out. It's that your energy has evolved to a point where connections that are built on toxicity, manipulation, or shallow foundations simply cannot exist in your space anymore. Think of it like you've tuned your radio to a completely different station. And some people just aren't broadcasting on that frequency. I'm seeing with the Queen of Cups that you've recently become really aware of your emotional patterns and the patterns of people around you. Maybe you've noticed how certain people only reach out when they need something, or how some conversations leave you feeling drained rather than uplifted. The Queen of Cups energy is giving you this incredible clarity about emotional reciprocity. You're starting to see very clearly who actually shows up for you versus who just enjoys the benefits of your presence without contributing anything meaningful to the connection. This card is also telling me that your intuition about people has been spot on lately. Like, you've had these gut feelings about certain individuals, these subtle inner knowings that something isn't quite right or that someone isn't being genuine with you. And Taurus, trust that. The Queen of Cups is deeply psychic and intuitive, and right now you're channeling that energy in a major way. If you've been getting weird vibes from someone or feeling like a friendship or relationship isn't what it used to be, that's not paranoia. That's your inner wisdom speaking to you loud and clear. There's also this beautiful element of self-love and self-care coming through with the Queen of Cups. You're learning to pour into your own cup first, to honor your emotional needs, to set boundaries that protect your peace. And honestly, Taurus, this is probably one of the biggest reasons why certain people are being removed from your life right now. When you start prioritizing your own emotional well-being and stop overgiving to people who undervalue you, those people tend to show their true colors pretty quickly. They might get upset that you're not as available. They might accuse you of changing. They might even try to guilt trip you back into old patterns. But the Queen of Cups knows better. She knows that real connections support your growth. They don't punish you for it. The second card I pulled for you is Strength, and wow, Taurus. This is giving me goosebumps because strength is not about aggressive force or cutting people off dramatically. It's about inner fortitude, quiet courage, and gentle but firm boundaries. This card is confirming that you have everything you need inside of you to navigate this period of relationship shifts with grace and integrity. Strength is telling me that some of the people being removed from your life might actually be people you care about deeply. And that's what makes this challenging. These might not be obvious toxic people or dramatic situations. Sometimes the universe removes people who are good people, but who are no longer aligned with your path. Maybe their energy is stuck in old patterns that you've outgrown. Maybe their vision for life no longer matches yours. Maybe they're going through their own journey that's taking them in a completely different direction. Strength is asking you to have compassion for these natural endings while still honoring the fact that it's time to let go. What I love about strength appearing here is that it's showing me you're not going to handle this transition by becoming hard or bitter or closed off. You're going to maintain your softness, your kindness, your open heart, but you're going to do it with healthy boundaries in place. It's like you're taming the lion, right? The lion represents raw emotion, impulse, the urge to either cling desperately to connections or to burn bridges in anger. But the woman in the Strength card isn't fighting the lion. She's gently guiding it, working with it, showing that real power comes from mastering your emotional responses rather than being controlled by them. I'm also getting with Strength that you might face some challenges or tests during this period. People who are meant to leave might not go quietly. They might try to provoke reactions from you. They might spread rumors. They might attempt to make you look like the bad guy for establishing boundaries. Strength is reminding you that you don't need to defend yourself to everyone. You don't need to explain your evolution to people who aren't interested in understanding it. Your real ones will get it. Your real ones will support you. And the people who turn against you for choosing yourself, they're literally showing you exactly why they needed to go. There's this quiet confidence that Strength brings. You're not going to be loud about the shifts happening in your relationships. You're not going to blast people on social media or get into arguments about who's right and who's wrong. You're just going to quietly step back from what doesn't serve you and invest more energy into what does. And honestly, Taurus, that's the most powerful move you can make. Silence and distance speak louder than any confrontation ever could. Strength is also highlighting your personal power right now. You're recognizing that you actually don't need certain connections as much as you thought you did. You're discovering that you're whole and complete on your own. And while relationships can add to your life, they don't define your worth or your happiness. This realization is incredibly liberating because it means you're making choices about who to keep close from a place of desire rather than need. From a place of abundance rather than fear of being alone. The third card here is the Ace of Pentacles and Taurus. This is where things get really exciting because this card represents new beginnings in the physical, material, and tangible realm. After the emotional wisdom of the Queen of Cups and the inner strength we just talked about, the Ace of Pentacles is showing me that clearing out who isn't meant for you is literally making space for incredible new opportunities, connections, and abundance to flow into your life. Here's what's beautiful about the Ace of Pentacles in this reading. It's not just about new friendships or relationships, although those are definitely coming. It's about a whole new foundation, a completely fresh start in how you approach connections and community. The Ace of Pentacles is the seed of all earthly potential. It's the universe handing you a gift and saying, "Here, build something real and lasting with this." And what you're building, Taurus, is a circle of people who are genuinely aligned with your values, your vision, and your authentic self. I'm seeing that as certain people exit your life, you're going to start attracting a completely different caliber of human being. These are going to be people who match your energy, who value what you bring to the table, who reciprocate your effort and care. The Ace of Pentacles often represents people who are stable, grounded, reliable, and committed to growth. These aren't going to be fair-weather friends or opportunistic connections. These are going to be solid, real, lasting bonds that actually enhance your life in tangible ways. The Ace of Pentacles is also telling me about new opportunities that are connected to the people coming into your life. Maybe you're going to meet someone who opens professional doors for you, or introduces you to a community that aligns with your interests, or collaborates with you on a project that becomes really successful. There's this energy of mutual benefit and support, where relationships aren't just emotional connections but actual partnerships that help everyone involved level up and prosper. What I find really interesting is that the Ace of Pentacles suggests these new connections might come through very practical, everyday circumstances. Maybe you meet someone at work, or through a class you're taking, or at the gym, or even through a random conversation at a coffee shop. The universe isn't necessarily orchestrating some dramatic, fate-filled meeting. It's more like, you're in the right energy now, so you're going to naturally magnetize the right people to you, wherever you go. Your frequency is different, and that new frequency is going to attract matching frequencies. There's also an element with the Ace of Pentacles about investing in yourself and your goals, and how that's going to shift your social circle organically. When you start prioritizing your growth, your health, your career, your dreams, you naturally start spending time in different spaces and engaging with different types of people. The person who's taking a course to advance their skills is going to meet different people than the person who's spending every night at the bar. The Ace of Pentacles is encouraging you to keep investing in yourself because that investment is going to pay dividends not just in your personal development but in the quality of people you attract. Now the fourth card is Ace of Swords and Taurus. We need to talk about this because this is the clarity card. This is the truth card. And it's coming through to tell you that you're about to have some major realizations about people that are going to make everything make sense. The Ace of Swords cuts through illusion, confusion, and denial. It's the moment when the fog lifts and you see situations and people with absolute crystal clarity. I'm getting that you might have been in this space of confusion about certain relationships. Maybe making excuses for people's behavior. Maybe giving them the benefit of the doubt over and over. Maybe trying to understand why things feel off, even though you can't quite put your finger on it. The Ace of Swords is saying that confusion is about to end. You're going to have moments, probably multiple moments in the coming weeks, where you suddenly just see the truth about someone. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. This clarity might come through various ways. Maybe someone's going to say or do something that finally reveals their true character. Maybe you're going to have a conversation that exposes inconsistencies in their stories or behavior. Maybe you're going to witness how they treat someone else and realize that's how they've been treating you behind your back. Maybe you're just going to have this sudden flash of insight where everything clicks into place and you understand the whole dynamic for what it really is. However it comes, the Ace of Swords guarantees that the truth will come to light. What's powerful about the Ace of Swords is that it doesn't just bring clarity about who needs to go. It also brings clarity about who deserves to stay. You're going to see your real friends, your genuine supporters, your authentic connections with fresh eyes and renewed appreciation. Sometimes we take the good people in our lives for granted because we're so focused on fixing the problematic relationships. The Ace of Swords is going to help you recognize and honor the people who have been solid for you all along. This card is also about mental clarity and decisiveness. Once you have the information, once you see the truth, the Ace of Swords gives you the mental fortitude to make clear decisions about what to do with that information. No more waffling. No more going back and forth. No more letting people convince you that what you saw isn't real. You're going to know what needs to happen, and you're going to have the mental strength to follow through on it. There's also an element of communication with the Ace of Swords. You might need to have some difficult but necessary conversations. You might need to clearly articulate your boundaries, or explain why you're stepping back from a connection, or call out behavior that's not acceptable. The Ace of Swords gives you the words, the clarity, and the courage to communicate your truth effectively. And here's the thing, you don't owe everyone a lengthy explanation. But if you choose to communicate, you'll be able to do so with precision and clarity. The fifth card is the Ten of Pentacles and Taurus. This is the card that's making me emotional because the Ten of Pentacles represents lasting legacy, family, true belonging, and the kind of connections that stand the test of time. After all the clearing and all the truth-seeking we've talked about, the Ten of Pentacles is the reward. It's showing me the beautiful, stable, abundant community you're building for yourself. The Ten of Pentacles is often associated with chosen family. with the people who become your real support system regardless of blood relation. This card is telling me that the people who are meant to stay in your life, the people who are aligned with you, these are people you're going to build something lasting with. These are your ride or dies, your true inner circle, the people who will be there through all of life's ups and downs. What I love about the Ten of Pentacles appearing here is that it represents a complete cycle. The Ace of Pentacles was the seed, the beginning of something new, and now the Ten of Pentacles is the full manifestation of that potential. You're not just making casual friends or temporary connections. You're cultivating relationships that are going to be part of your life story for years to come. These are the people who will celebrate your wins, support you through your losses, show up when it matters, and stick around when things get tough. The Ten of Pentacles also has this beautiful energy of mutual prosperity and success. The people who are meant to be in your circle aren't going to be envious of your success or threatened by your growth. They're going to cheer for you. They're going to be inspired by you. And your success is going to feel like their success because that's what real community does. There's this energy of everyone rising together, everyone supporting each other's dreams and goals, everyone contributing to collective abundance. I'm also seeing with the Ten of Pentacles that these lasting connections are going to bring stability and security to your life. When you have people you can truly count on, when you have a solid support system, it changes everything. You feel more confident taking risks because you know you have people who have your back. You feel more resilient during challenging times because you're not facing them alone. You feel more joyful during good times because you have people to share them with who genuinely care. There's also this element of creating traditions and shared experiences with the Ten of Pentacles. You're going to build memories with your true people, develop inside jokes, create rituals and routines that bind you together. Whether that's regular dinners, annual trips, weekly check-ins, or just the comfort of knowing you can call someone at any time. These are the relationships that become the foundation of a rich, fulfilling life. The Ten of Pentacles is also reminding you that this isn't about having a huge circle. Quality over quantity, remember. You don't need 50 friends, you need 5 real ones. You don't need to be popular, you need to be loved by the right people. The Ten of Pentacles represents that intimate, secure, genuine circle where everyone belongs and everyone adds value. The sixth and final card is the Hanged Man and Taurus. I have to tell you, this card is so perfect for wrapping up this reading because the Hanged Man is all about perspective shift, surrender, and seeing things from a completely different angle. After everything we've talked about, the Hanged Man is telling you that this entire experience of people leaving and new people arriving is actually initiating a profound shift in how you view relationships altogether. The Hanged Man often appears when we need to let go of control and trust the process. You might be someone who likes to fix relationships, who works hard to maintain connections, who tries to make things work even when they're clearly not working. The Hanged Man is asking you to release that need to control outcomes. Some people are going to leave, no matter what you do, and that's not a reflection of your worth or your efforts. It's just the natural flow of life. People come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And the Hanged Man is helping you make peace with the fact that not everyone is meant to stay forever. Asterisk, this card is also showing me that you might be in a period of waiting right now, and that waiting might feel frustrating. You can see that changes are happening, you can feel that certain relationships are ending, but the new connections haven't fully formed yet. You might be in this in-between space where you've released the old, but the new hasn't completely arrived. The Hanged Man is saying that this pause, this suspended moment, is actually necessary. It's giving you time to integrate everything you've learned, to really solidify your new boundaries and standards, to get clear on what you want moving forward. There's something really beautiful about the Hanged Man's energy of voluntary sacrifice. You're choosing to sacrifice comfortable but unfulfilling connections in favor of the possibility of something deeper and more authentic. You're sacrificing the security of familiar faces for the uncertainty of who's meant to find you next. That takes courage. And the Hanged Man is honoring that courage while also assuring you that what you're sacrificing isn't serving you anyway. Asterisk for Hanged Man also brings this wisdom of seeing blessings in disguise. Right now, someone leaving your life might feel like a loss, but the Hanged Man is asking you to flip your perspective. What if their exit is actually making room for something better? What if that ending is actually a beginning in disguise? What if the universe is removing them because they were blocking your path to people and experiences that are far more aligned with who you're becoming? I'm also getting with the Hanged Man that your entire philosophy about relationships is evolving. You're learning that love and friendship aren't about forcing connections or convincing people to value you. You're learning that the right people will see your worth without you having to prove it. You're learning that it's okay to be selective, to have high standards, to walk away from what doesn't feel right. The Hanged Man represents enlightenment through surrender, and you're being enlightened about what relationships should actually feel like. So Taurus, let me bring this all together for you because the message from these cards is so clear and so powerful. The universe is orchestrating a complete transformation of your social circle right now. The Queen of Cups shows that you've evolved emotionally and energetically, and that evolution is setting a new standard for who gets access to you. Strength confirms you have the inner fortitude to handle these changes with grace while maintaining firm boundaries. The Ace of Pentacles promises that as old connections fall away, new and better ones are already forming, bringing opportunities and mutual growth. The Ace of Swords guarantees that you're going to receive absolute clarity about who's real and who's not, removing any doubt or confusion. The Ten of Pentacles shows you the beautiful, stable, lasting community you're building with your true people. And the Hanged Man reminds you to trust the process, shift your perspective, and see these changes as the blessing they truly are. The people who are meant to stay will stay. They'll prove themselves through consistent actions, genuine care, and unwavering support. The people who are meant to go will reveal themselves through their absence, their lack of effort, or their inability to meet you at your new level. And honestly, Taurus, both of those outcomes are gifts. Knowing who's real and who's not is one of the most valuable things you can know. Trust what you're feeling right now. Trust your intuition about people. Trust the signs you're seeing. The universe is showing you exactly who deserves a place in your life and who needs to be released with love and gratitude for whatever role they played. This clearing is making space for your real tribe, your genuine connections, the people who will be there for the long haul. And that, my dear Taurus, is something worth celebrating.